Hey YouTube, this is Foo3112, and I just want to share another pickup. That is a card's going to go into my safe deposit box, but I want to make a video of it, of course, prior to putting it in there. And the card that I picked up, as you can see in front of you, is the 1996 Topps base Kobe Bryant. This is, of course, his rookie card. So this card actually came in the Series 2 packs of 1996 Topps of that year. And of course, within that year, there's also Topps did release the chrome, as well as the you can also pull out the refractors of this card. Now, the chromes, I'm not really a big fan of. I mean, that's the first year that Topps was kind of messing around with that whole chrome product, and a lot of them, as you guys are aware, they have the green tinting on it. So I'm not a big fan of that. So it's kind of, I felt that if you want a nice copy, you're gonna have to pay a premium not to get the green tint. And of course, the refractor is just uber expensive. But the base, I felt it was kind of something that was affordable. I mean, prior to his death in January 26th of 2020, these cards were going for about $200. And then, of course, when the news broke of the helicopter crash and Kobe's untimely death, these cards rose anywhere from about $800 to maybe about $1,500 in price. Kind of even they jumped even more in price. They went as high as about $10,000, which is insane. And that, of course, was in the first quarter of 2021, when things were all over the map, I guess, as far as price. And you had the uptick of the Jordans and the LeBrons and the Kobe's and the Trouts and pretty much everything else that everybody was collecting. But this is a card that I did want. I just didn't want to pay $10,000. I saw when it dropped to $5,000. Certainly was not going to pay $5,000, and I kind of was waiting for like some sort of price point that they kind of showed more stability. Currently, I mean, you can pick these up anywhere between 14, maybe even 16 on the high side. I did get a good price on this one, which I did pick up at the Dallas card show. But yeah, just card that I really wanted. There's nothing like really special about this card. Honestly, it has a high pop of about like 3,300 currently. I believe at the time of his death, maybe there was a pop about 1,500. So in about 2 years' time, this card has doubled actually when it comes to pop. But again, the price has come down dramatically, and it's not just with the Kobe's; it's just with a lot of other cards. Especially like the '88 Jordan. I mean, it seems like every month there's just a new low that those cards are hitting. But again, when you compare it to what these cards were selling for prior to the big jump, I mean, again, we're talking about 200, and then when he passed, they were about, we'll say, an average of maybe 12 to 1,400. So they're kind of at that point now, which I feel that these cards are going to stay within around there. Do I see this card dropping under 1,000? I really don't. Even if it did, I'm okay with it, because again, this card is for my PC. I'm one of those people who hold for long term, and again, this is just a card that I really do like. You can see there's nice white borders, and then of course the corners are they're pretty sharp on this card as well. See if I can show you that. Turn it around also. So yeah, in order, I mean, for me to pick out a card these days, I mean, it has to have a couple things going for it. First of all, it has to be pretty well centered. Number two, it has to have 4 sharp corners. I definitely want something that's in a new PSA slab, and all that, that white little speckle of those little shards of plastic that kind of fall within the holders. Typically or me personally, I try to avoid picking up stuff like that. So again, if it's not a new holder, if it has little shards of plastic, that's kind of debatable to me, but I do want something that is well centered along with 4 sharp corners, and this card certainly had it. So just a great card to pick up to me. We're looking at a 5-time NBA championship winner here. This guy's pretty much equivalent of baseball's Jeter, in my opinion. I mean, Kobe, certainly ruled from 2000 to 2010. I mean, those were the biggest, I guess, like, numbers wise or career. I mean, he was the Jordan of that decade, I should say. Kind of like the way that Mike Trout, Albert Pujols did it from 2000 to 2010, and then Mike Trout from 2010 2020. Well, again, from 2000 2010, I mean, this was the guy, and he's always considered within that GOAT range, just the way that when conversations come, in every conversation of who's the GOAT, and people are always comparing LeBron and Jordan and Kobe. I mean, it's very fair to put Kobe within that top three, between Jordan and LeBron, because he's just that good. And he's a household name. This is a blue chip, in my opinion. This is something that is, if you buy for long term, I feel that, you are going to do well. Again, it's, we're talking about a pop of about 3,300 or so. So it's nothing rare. If you want to go for rarity, then you got to go for that chrome or even that refractor. But otherwise, I mean, this card is, I'm very happy to have this card in my collection. Again, it's going to sit in my safety deposit box. And yeah, so I'm pretty happy with that. Anyways, that's about it. Thanks for watching, and hope everyone's having a good one.